Alright everyone, today we're going to look at how to clean the Ruger 1022 Takedown. So you're going to need a few things. I suggest getting a bore snake. There's a couple different brands of these items. I've got the Hoppy's bore snake here, along with some number 9 bore cleaner. And you're going to want some oil as well. Also have a rag, and if you want to get deeper into the gun, you're going to need the correct Allen wrench. And then you can also have a tool like a toothbrush or a copper brush like I have here. So let's go ahead first and get the barrel off. Take off the magazine, take off the main barrel. First thing we're going to do is use this bore snake. And at the very beginning of the bore snake, this first part is just for threading through the barrel. At the very beginning of the bore snake here, I'm going to add on some bore cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bore snake and I'm just going to dip it into the bore cleaner. So now we have a section of the bore snake here, the beginning section, has the cleaner on it. Now I'm going to take the bore snake copper end and I'm going to feed it through the barrel. It should just drop through. Hold up the string here and it should just drop through like that. And now we're just going to pull it through. It's a little tight, and it should be, so it could squeegee everything out. And you could do this a couple times just to make sure it gets everything. Probably only have to do it once, but if you got an extremely dirty gun, running it through a couple times is a good idea. So now we have a clean barrel, but we're going to do one more thing. I'm going to take the bore snake, which is pretty much spread out that cleaner now. It's pretty dry again, and I'm going to put a little bit of oil on it in about the same place as I put the oil before. Let me just put a rag under this blanket I have here. And I'm just going to put a few drops of oil on each side of this bore snake. Actually, let me get a little bit on this section too. And now we're going to do the same thing and run this through the barrel. Adding the oil in is going to help keep it from rusting and such. The cleaner will clean it out and the oil will help it from rusting or anything. For storage or for even when you're going to go out and use it soon, it's just a good idea to run a little bit of oil through there. So the same thing, we'll just pull it through and we're done. Now our barrel is clean and ready to be stored. Now this section of the gun, lots of people won't clean this every time. You don't have to, but I suggest cleaning it at least a little bit. There is an easy way to take this apart, and if you get a little Allen wrench here, the bottom of your gun here, just unscrew this bolt, and then you got to get your safety kind of in the middle so it can fit through the grooves here. And basically now our gun and stock are completely separated. So now we can get into here. As I can see, it's dirty in here. So what I can do in here, let me see if I can zoom in while I do this. Get to the camera here. So it's a little bit dirty inside here. I don't know how well you can see that on camera with the lighting. But what we're going to do for this is just take our bore cleaner. I'm going to take the small end of the brush because it's a pretty small area. Let me see if I can get in with the big. Yeah, the big end's a little too big. So I'm going to take the small end of the brush. If you don't have this, you can get a toothbrush. Anything will work. Get that with the bore cleaner here. And now I'm just going to go inside here. It might be hard for you guys to see. I'm just going to brush out the dirtiness in here. And I don't know how well you guys can see inside of here, but it was pretty dark and black. Now it's fading that away. Also, the main section of the barrel here before it connects, take my small brush here and go inside and just wipe that out as well. Now what I'm going to do to clean out that front part is I'm going to run the bore snake through it just to get the front back part of the barrel here all squeegeed out. And also there's still a little oil on here, so it'll also oil it just a little bit. It's a little bit larger, so I'm going to kind of move this around in there. So now that part's clean. And then the last thing I need to get in here and wipe out inside where I use my brush. And as you can see, all that black that came off. This was after shooting probably about only about 100 rounds have gone through this gun, and as you can see, it's pretty dirty in there. So now it looks nice and clean, and I got inside here pretty nice and clean. So now all there is to do is put it back together. I'm going to quickly also, with my kind of wetted section here, swipe off this section of the barrel here. It's going to stay looking dirty, it always does kind of. It came like that when it was first new even. And now, let me unzoom here. Now all we have to do is put it back together. So what we're going to do is just put this trigger section back in the gun. As I said, get your safety kind of in the middle, and it will slide right back in. Tighten this back down. Throw back in my magazine. And then put our barrel back on the gun. And that quick and easy, we have a brand new clean gun. What you can also do if you want, on your paper towel or on your cloth that you're going to use for this purpose, you could throw a little bit of oil. I'm going to put a little bit on the corner here that's clean. Not too much, just get it a little damp. And you can actually wipe off the exterior of your barrel if you want. And this will just help keep it clean, and it'll also help prevent any rust from happening. It's just, not everyone does this, but I've heard that some people like to just do oil at the outside of the barrel, and it'll just, like I said, help prevent rust and help keep it shiny and looking nice. So now we're all ready to store it until we take it out to shoot again. And it should be all ready to shoot without having any jams or anything, because it's nice and clean inside. So if you have any questions, let me know. But that's real simple and fast, nice and easy with the Ruger Takedown. So see you guys later. Happy shooting.